Lights, so just keep Comets honoring veterans before their annual Veterans Day game at the Adirondack Bank Center.
They're facing the Cleveland Monsters as we speak. Puck drop is a little after 5 o'clock. Let's get you back to the Adirondack Bank Center at the Utica Memorial Auditorium with News Channel 2's Ben Kinney for a score update.
Hey, Kristen, Jason, good evening once again. Just about 53 seconds left here in the first period in the odd. Comets coming into this one 0-8-1-2, one of their worst starts in franchise history. They're looking for a win. Right now, no score. The Comets actually out-shooting Cleveland. Just give me a moment here to double check. 9-5. The Comets have 9 shots. The Monsters with 5. Utica coming off a 4-3 overtime loss Saturday, a heartbreaking overtime loss against Lehigh Valley in Allentown. That was in overtime. Cleveland coming into this one 6-4-0-1, one of the best teams in the American Hockey League in their division, in the East Division. So obviously a big night for Utica, still searching for their first win. And what a night it would be to do it, which would be Military Appreciation Night and Veterans Day. 3 points. That's all the Utica Comets have this season. As you may know, if the Comets can take a game into overtime, they automatically get a point. They've done that 3 times. They have not been successful in getting a win. Now, this is actually a rematch from Friday night's game against Cleveland here at the Odd. They actually lost that game in a shootout. First period just ending behind me. Ryan Parent, the interim head coach, he's trying to turn the ship around, get it back on the right course as we head to the first intermission here at the Adirondack Bank Center. Reporting in Utica, Ben Kinney, News Channel 2. Kristen, Jason.
All right, Ben, thank you. We'll have more from the Military Appreciation Ceremony coming up on News Channel 2 at 6.
Yes, in the meantime, here's what else. We're
celebrating veterans in our area with a special Veterans Day game at the Adirondack Bank Center.
It followed a wreath-laying ceremony that took place just before puck drop. News Channel 2's Ben Kinney joins us now live from the Odd tonight. Good evening, Ben.
Jason, Kristen, good evening. Yeah, Veterans Day and honoring veterans is an everyday thing here at the Utica Memorial Auditorium. I mean, it was the Utica War Memorial when it was first built in the 1950s. And this year's ceremony was no exception. This year's ceremony, right before the game, was held with the help of the Military Order of the Purple Heart, Chapter 490. This is a yearly tradition here at the Adirondack Bank Center. Part of that tradition, the specialty jerseys that the Comets are wearing, they'll be auctioned off after the game for the Comets Save of the Day Foundation, which gives back to local veterans in so many great ways. Now, this year's ceremony was a little bit different. It focused on Vietnam veterans and honoring them on the 50th anniversary of the conflict's end. A big reason for honoring Vietnam veterans specifically was because of how they were treated when they came home. Thomas Buono from the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 944, spoke a little bit about that. Have a listen.
As Rick had said earlier, the Vietnam veterans, when we came home, we weren't treated very well. Matter of fact, we were advised not to wear our uniforms home. We went through a lot in Vietnam. We did our best. Our country called us to serve, and that's what we did. And more importantly, we never lost a major battle in Vietnam. So keep that in mind. So then when we came home, we had another battle, and we had to fight for our health care, our VA benefits, so on and so forth.
Now, coming up, there will be a special pinning ceremony for several Vietnam veterans. They'll be receiving special 50th anniversary commemorative pins. Those are coming from the U.S. military. Right now, still scoreless here at the Adirondack Bank Center, as we mentioned earlier. Comets still looking for their first win. We'll have more on that tonight at 11. Thomas will be in to have more on that with highlights. For now, reporting at the Adirondack Bank Center, Ben Kinney, News Channel 2. Kristen, Jason.
Ben, thank you. Coming up here on News Channel 2 at 6, speaking of Thomas.
Continuing coverage tonight of the $2 million grant awarded to the Utica Center for Development and how that money will be spent. The funding, which comes from the State Homes and Community Renewal Program, will help to develop the City of Utica Accessory Dwelling Unit Pilot Program. Under the program, homeowners...
And now, from the Ford Sports Station, here's News Channel 2 Sports.
Good evening. The Utica Comets were still looking for their first win tonight and have come close the past 3 games, losing in overtime or a shootout. They look to get into the win column, facing off with the Cleveland Monsters. It was a special night at the Aud as the Comets held their annual Veterans Day game. Can they get the win on the big night? Second period, Monsters on the power play. They win the faceoff. Slap shot is blocked. Hunter McCown gets the rebound and finds Owen Silger for the one-timer goal. Cleveland breaks the deadlock 1-0. 9:18 into the second. To the third period, another power play for Cleveland. Rocco Grimaldi shoots it from the blue line, and it's deflected. James Malatesta deflects it in off the stick. They lead 2-0. 7 minutes later, traffic in front of the Comets goal. Jake Gaudette knocks it off the Comets defender for another Monsters goal. It's a 3-0 game. Comets, they can't get it done on the Veterans Day game. They lose 4-0, and they now fall to 0-9-3 on the year. It was a